Hey, welcome, welcome in, guys. Hey, what's up, Zoom, Buffalo Bill? Yeah, rock on, guys. Yeah, I was just enjoying Tanya's show, and she said everybody's going over to the game. I was like, oh shit, Michelle dropped off earlier, so I figured I'd fire it up. Rock on, man. All right, but yeah, it's been a great day. It was wonderful, so beautiful. I just took it really easy today and watered the plants, took care of the animals, and just enjoyed the day. It was awesome. Hey, Colonel Shaw, welcome in, man. Welcome in. But yeah, hey, hey guys, want to see? Do you want to see the video I took today of the orchard and the garden? Could do that. Maybe I could show that. Colonel Shaw, yes. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's see here. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Let's go here. Then that. Yeah. And this here. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. I just want to give you an update. I wanted to show you what we've got going on here. We got starts coming up in all these pots here. Some of them kind of small. That one's kind of small, but it's coming up. And tomato plants, okra, zucchini. That's a zucchini. But the real doing well zucchinis are here. Yeah. Those are beefsteak tomatoes. There's another zucchini. That's some yard chives. Zucchini. Got another big pot. I put spread out a bunch of the beefsteak tomatoes. And then we have more zucchinis. Oh yeah, check this out. This. Some potatoes. Let's start there. Start there. And another one right there next to the tea bags. Yeah, that's how I keep my plants. Is with the tea bags. Now the peppers and stuff haven't started popping up. These are sweet peppers, hot peppers. And they're not going too well. The green you see in that one, and that one, those are just weeds. Those are not the, as you can tell what that weed is. Yeah. That's the one that got started so far. So, yeah. There we go. And then again, on the orchard, we got the yard cut yesterday, so it really looks good out here today. And you can see I got some of the trees, some of the peach trees staged here to be planted. That line was a little crooked that I planted before, but it wasn't my line. But then again, you've got all the trees that I planted here the other day, well, a couple weeks ago now. They're all doing really well, growing leaves, turning green, growing, doing good. Yeah, we've been working on clearing the woods a little bit over, expand the yard. I should be able to get another 8-10 trees over there once we get that all cleared up. The garden is coming along, the garden bed. Yep, this is our to be mulched And there's our mulch pile. It's big. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. These are the pallets we're going to use for the fencing around the garden, to armor the garden and all that stuff. So yeah, and of course the garden, it's coming along. It's not quite ready yet, but needs to be tilled a little bit more, leveled up, and then I can start armoring it. Then I can furrow. Yeah, so we got that other tree down, and we got to get the rest of it cleaned up. But things are coming along nicely, quite a bit. I still got to unload the trailer. It's still loaded with pallets. And there's Ranger. Hey, Ranger, front and center, soldier. Come here. Front and center, soldier. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Such a good dog. Yes, you are. He's such a good puppy. Yes. Give me 5. Can you give me 5? Good. He almost did. Give me 5. All right. On the other side. On the other side. There we go. Yeah, you're getting it, bud. You're getting it. You're doing so good. Love you, buddy. All right, guys. Talk to you in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of it's starting to pay off now as things are starting to grow. So, yeah. Yeah, Ranger, he's cool as hell. He's good. But yeah, no shit, man. Hey, Colonel. Yeah, grab a link, man. Come up on the screen here. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's beautiful. I am very blessed. I am very blessed. That's just the front yard. Of course, it's only like 2 acres in the front yard. It's like another 80 acres out back. Oh wow, Zoom. Oh, okay, Colonel. Good deal. That's all good. It's all good. I get you. But yeah, thought I'd just offer. Yeah, I was just gonna stay up here for a few minutes and probably crash here on the weekends. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's right. It's Monday morning for you, isn't it? Already. Yeah. Yeah, I got a hell of a day tomorrow. I gotta get there's every time I get stuff done, man, it seems like there's a new list of shit needs to get done. So yeah. But I guess that's the nature of farming. Setting up the orchard, the gardens, the animals. Getting this place rigged up and set up so I can get everything as self-sufficient as possible. Looks like things will be clear tomorrow up until about 2 p.m. Then the scattered thunderstorm should start, they're saying. So that'll take out the rest of the day. Tuesday's looking good. So, but yeah, rock on. Just looking at the weather. Yeah. Oh, that ain't a problem. That's what am I going to work on today? So today I worked on meat. here, a little there. Would a fox mess with your dog? Usually not. Foxes are kind of small. They don't fare well in dog fights. Generally, they'll stay away from a serious dog. Good deal, Colonel. I'll tell you what, growing your own food ain't nothing better. Remember, eggs and tea, uh, tea and coffee grounds, and eggshells. Grind up, dry them out. If you want to parboil them and then dry them out, and then grind them up and put them in, just sprinkle them over your garden. It'll feed your plants with the tea and coffee grounds and the egg shells. Dude, it is amazing what happens to your garden. Okay. All of your fruit, all the things that you get out of your garden are going to be twice as big as they normally would be. Tea and eggshells. Now I use a little Dawn and beer as well. I'll occasionally, once a week, I'll feed them. I'll water the plants with beer, just a cheap old beer. It's the yeast and the sugars in it, and the Dawn has the phosphorus in it, and that between that, the tea, eggshells. Fish emulsion. When I go with the liquid, I do a fish emulsion added into that as well, into that mixture. But yeah, I come out, my tomatoes get like small pumpkins. Actually, too big for the bread. You got to kind of cut them down like steaks to fit on a regular piece of bread. Probably more than that. Oh yeah, the Haley meteor shower. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, Colonel. So tasty. Hey, and if you want spicy fruit or vegetables, if you want them to be spicy, interplant cayenne and jalapeno and habanero peppers in with your or near the vegetables that you want to be spicy. It transfers. Trust me, it transfers into the vegetables nearby. I don't know how. Maybe it's a pollen thing. I'm not sure, but I'm telling you, it works. And you can come out with some really spicy tomatoes. It's crazy good. Yeah, just plant them nearby at the end of the row, and then you'll watch how you harvest it so you know which ones were closest to it. And the closer they are to them, the spicier they are. It's crazy. But it really gives your tomatoes a kick right off the plant. It was badass. When I figured that out, I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I just did it because of space constraints. And I was like amazed. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Nobody ever tells you any of this stuff, you know? But yeah, I was planting cayennes and jalapenos and habaneros next to them. And it was awesome. Yeah. Once it gets above 70 degrees, everything starts taking off. On a regular basis, it gets above 70 degrees during the day. Man, 80s even better. But yeah, you have a great day, Colonel Shaw. Thank you for coming by. Yeah. I wish I knew somebody who wanted some baby blackberry plants, because I got tons of them just growing wild. I'm thinking about harvesting them. Awesome. Yeah. Good night. Good day, brother. Yeah, I'm going to hit it here in about 20 minutes. So it's time for fire in the bowl. You know it. And I got a little dinger. And I just got it. There it is. I was enjoying being a spectator tonight, watching Tanya. She did a good show tonight. Shrivel and die. What? I can't. I can't cut them down fast enough. And when I do, baby ones sprout up immediately. Like I said, I just cut that down a month ago. I got baby blackberry plants popping up. There's at least 20 of them over there. So I'm going to dig them up and pot them and see if I can't figure out where I want to put them yet. Not quite ready for that, but fire the bowl. Hey, hey Buffalo Bill. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Going well.
We got an echo?
No, you're doing good. Doing good. Yeah, you see the
Good.
video? I just noticed that I realized I put I had him. I just realized I was doing military commands with him when I started training him. I was like, front and center, soldier, and he knows exactly what that means. And he comes over and sits in front of me.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah, I'm going to teach him how to salute, I think. Yeah, he'll just like put his paw on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get tied up sometimes doing family stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you. No, my boy was supposed to come out today and pick up his weed eater, but
Yeah, I've been trying to get my lawn green. It just seems like it just didn't want to grow, and all of a sudden it's going crazy now. And I got to
Right.
mow it.
I mowed it. I mowed first time yesterday. It was looking a little. It wasn't neat like it needed to be mowed, but it was looking scraggly. But after
Yeah,
I mowed it, it really evened out and looked good.
yeah. I sprayed a weed killer slash fertilizer on my lawn. Also, I got a bad problem with those goats' heads. You know what I'm talking about? You ever get them?
Not exactly sure what that is, but
It's it's puncture vine. You ever had those things get stuck in your shoes? The little freaking stickers that look like a little goat head. I don't know. They're all over the country.
no, no. I was like, I got rose bushes and blackberries and sticker bushes. And,
Can't walk barefoot out where I live. You
oh, you
can't
don't
walk
walk
barefoot.
barefoot outside. No, you don't walk barefoot outside.
Not around here.
Oh no, we got hickory, oak, and walnut trees everywhere. Okay, and we got squirrels. So you have the basically the fart's fertilized with nutshells.
Oh,
It's about like gravel out there. No shit.
oh. It'll cut your feet up. Huh?
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. It's really bad in the fall when the squirrels go nuts for the nuts.
Yeah.
They go crazy. And you know, and it just seems to me they'll carry the nutshells over to above a building that's got a metal roof and just throw it on there so they can hear it go bang. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I hope all this shutdown stuff blows over and we can get back to some semblance of normality. I think it will. I actually do think it will. I've noticed a lot of people are just kind of like they're done with the mask wearing thing and staying away from the parks and all that. They're
Well,
all over the place now.
I don't care if you're what group you come from, or humans just don't like to be lied to, and they get pissed off when they are.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just saying it's a human thing. I don't care what your demographics, your politics, or your fucking historical backgrounds are. People get pissed when realize they've been lied to. Oh
And they
yeah.
have been. They've been
Oh,
lied to.
big time. I was trying to tell everybody, let you all know that it's, let you down easy. But yeah, it's all been a big ass lie.
So I think you got something going on there. You're up there in the Ozarks, that's uh that's self-sufficiency, and that's probably there's going to be a lot of people that, well, you know what I blame most of everything on? I'm going to blame it all on one thing. Two things. Two things. I'm blaming everything on two things.
Okay.
The people that are buying don't really buy into the coronavirus nonsense. A lot of people don't.
Right.
They're lazy and they like to procrastinate. And there's a lot of people that don't want to go back to work.
They'll take the easiest path available. Period.
A lot of people do not want to work at all. They don't like work. It's just kind of in my I imagine it's probably over the half of the human race doesn't want to
Well,
work.
they lose sight of they lose sight of the purpose of work. Okay. Really, honestly, I mean, I did for so long. I just felt like I was working, yeah, to make this guy rich. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Or this
exactly.
company money. And as soon as and here I do some badass deal or make a big ass fucking bunch of money for the company or what have you, I get a thank you and a letter and a fuck you on my paycheck. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
but
don't. I don't give a shit about your fucking status shit. I don't want a job title unless it comes with more money. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the
Yeah.
bonus of $1 million I just made your company on this contract? And
You can have all this funny money you want, but the thing of it is, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
well,
And
I mean,
so, if
right.
you
I
don't have
mean,
your health, no, lose your health and see how much that money means to you. It doesn't mean
right.
nothing to you.
Well, not just that. I wasn't in a situation where I was losing my health, but
No, I'm not saying
I
that.
mean,
I'm just,
we're talking about. I was. I mean, they're still making money on some of the shit I did. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I mean, look at the cell phone networks. You know, and I'm the one that taught their computers how to talk to one another, so they didn't have to spend $500,000 paying programmers to rewrite the material so it would go into a different system. I taught the systems how to talk to each other, and with a modular program that I made, back in the day, I was like, oh, this is how you do that. Just check this out. It's a translator program I made, and turned around, saved them $500,000 in one afternoon. You know what I'm saying? And they're still
What if,
benefiting from that. And but you know what? They didn't give me a bonus. It's,
if there was any wise old sage advice that somebody's ever given to you in your life, have they
yeah, find
ever
something you love to do, and then find a way to make money doing it. But be working for yourself.
has anybody ever said this to you? And that is, do not sell yourself short. When you learn a lesson, like the lesson you learn from that,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
The
I mean,
next
there's not
time,
much you can do
the
about
next
it.
time, Wizard ain't gonna go sell himself short. There was just that one lesson in there, if nothing else.
Oh yeah. Well,
Old guys used to tell me when I bid on jobs and stuff, you don't want to bid it too cheap. You
right,
don't want to bid it too cheap, and you need to value yourself, or nobody else is going to value you.
right.
Nobody else is going to put value on you except you. And so what it boils down to is you have to put the value on yourself, and
Mhm.
you don't want to sell yourself short.
That's
And
like when
I'd
I
rather
first started in business for myself. I was charging, what I was making from the other companies. I was going to charge my customers, and then a lot of them come back and said, "Well, Bill, you're too cheap." I was like, "What do you mean?" Well, people ain't taking you serious because you're not. Your price is too far down, so they think there's something you're hiding or you're not, legit kind
yeah,
of thing. And I was like, "What? Okay, fine. Okay, $75 an hour." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, but no, I didn't have a dad to teach me this. It's something I had to learn.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I had to learn from people that I worked for,
Well, it's the same
and
thing we did with these coolers.
it
Just
wasn't
recently,
taught
I
by
did.
my coworkers. My coworkers said, if you don't tell them you want $20 an hour or $25 an hour, they're not going to pay that to you because they'll hire you for $8 an hour. But if you say that you're worth $20 an hour, they're going to think you're worth $20 an hour.
Right, right,
You have to think that way. You have to put value on yourself. And in actuality, if you're selling yourself for a wage, you're basically whoring yourself out because
exactly. You are selling your life to them.
because there's a difference between making money and making wages.
Yeah.
And when I worked for myself, sometimes, yeah, I was eating feathers, and sometimes I was eating chicken. You know,
Right. Hey,
but
Michelle, Cro-Minion,
but
welcome in. Florida Explorer, drop. Hi, holy shit, everybody's piling in. Okay, can't do it. Sorry. But yeah, you're right. Now that,
but I
I
can't fire
to the
myself.
coolers, like,
I can't fire myself.
yeah,
If I work for myself, I can't fire myself. And if I need to, and if I'm in pain or something like that, I can always pace myself
right.
so I can. But once I get employees, and I've had employees, and once I get employees, I've got a whole different can of worms I'm dealing with. I like working for myself. I like not having any employees or anything. Once in a while, I'll get a family member or something, one of my sons or somebody to come and help me on a job.
Right.
But I'd much rather do it all myself. And if I need to, if the job looks like I'm not going to make anything on it, and that people are acting like cheapskates, I'll tell them, you know what, I'm pretty busy. And I'll give them the brush off because I can
Right.
do that.
Dell. I used to contract with Dell, right?
Hmm.
And actually was working for them, and they were paying all the medical, all the fringe benefits and leave and all that shit, right? And we were still bringing in like $42, $46 an hour. Well, they let everybody go, and then tried to contract us back for $16 an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, my minimum wage is 30. You ain't touching me for $30. So, and they came back, ended up giving me like 35, just so I'd run the team because I already had the team and trained up, and they didn't have any of the contact numbers because I was contracting and they were all contracted with me. So,
The only thing is a lot of people like to ask me, when do you think you're going to be done with the job? And I'll have other people that'll try and railroad me into making me speed up and go faster. I'll have, Sometimes I'll have people say, I've got carpet layers coming tomorrow. So if you want to get this done, and then they start this manipulation shit with me. This is one of the things I don't like. And I'm working on that. I'm being more assertive about dealing with people like that because they like to pull those little things. I've got
well, see, one of the things was my deal was the jobs I was on, we had whole offices to switch out. Okay, upgrading computers, whether it be lease upgrades or something like that. They'd hand me the keys on Friday, the end of the day of business, and end of the business day, and they expected to come in Monday morning. And this was part of the deal. It wasn't a speed up or nothing, but they needed to come back in Monday morning and get back to work. You know what I'm saying? They might have a morning for adjustment, but afternoon they're back into their quotas. And so it was like, I had about 70 hours to get shit done, maybe 68. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I had a team of guys, and we were done way early. You know? They expect us to be done by Monday morning. We were done by Saturday night, going out drinking. You know? And we were done. We come in Sunday just to do a check over and last minute thing for a couple of hours, and then I'd let everybody go. Yeah, we got paid full time.
Yeah.
All my guys love me. I mean, the people that work for me, they wouldn't work for anybody else for a long time. Because nobody else, even if they were working for somebody else, they'd come to work for me. Say they put their other job on hold. Say, I got to go to work.
Now, see, depending on the way people treat me, has a lot to do with how much you're going to get from me. So, so here's a little lesson I learned too. I get these manipulating uh, designer people that'll say something like, "I'd like to know." They'll say, I've done all this. I need you to do that closet there for me. I said it wasn't in on the deal, and they'll say, well, I've given you all this work. You should just throw in that closet for me. Okay, look, motherfucker, it ain't happening. Okay, and I really get pissed. I really get pissed, and it's all about all I can do to not go off on them. So, but if you came up to me and said, how much would you charge me to do that closet? Uh, how much extra would it cost me? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Right, but you come in the expectation that you're going to do this because you owe me. Yeah, kind of bullshit.
Yeah. When I start getting that manipulate, if you want to get extras out of me, you got to treat me right. You got to be decent to me.
All right.
You know, and if you're going to pull this manipulation crap, it isn't going to work. It's just kind of how you have to do it. It's how you, otherwise you become somebody else's patsy, and you can't allow that to happen. This is why I say don't ever sell yourself short.
Oh no, you
And
get these guys. I was used to
I'm
dealing with these guys out of New York and New Jersey. They're running AIG and stuff like that.
oh, those guys, you know how far they get with me? Zero.
Dude, they some of those guys, yeah, they're total pricks. And people will tell you before you deal with them, they'll say, "Man, this guy's a prick." I was like, "Okay, great." By the end of the first day working with them, they're asking me to go out. You want to go to dinner, man? come have some drinks with us, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, cool. You know, some of those guys would just be, because I know their game, and I just, instead of getting all freaked out and weirded out by them, I'd start laughing, smiling. I was like, you really think that? You know? And they're going, oh, here's one who's awake. You know? It really was like that too.
Well, I can make it all backfire on them, or I can actually some of them are pretty good guys. There are some that are actually more forthright than a lot of the people in my town where I live. So they kind of get it, you know. It's like, but no, there's this guy I know. Oh man, I found him on Twitter. He keeps surfacing. He keeps appearing all the time in my life. And I want the guy to go away. He's in
All right.
California. He still pops up in my freaking Twitter feed or whatever. And this is a guy that I did work for. I'm like, I don't understand how this happens. But the connections of people that I have in my network, he's always working them, right? I don't want to say his name, but he's got like positive thinking seminars and stuff now.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's always been the biggest con artist. He's out of LA. Oh yeah, yeah. He's so all about himself.
Yeah.
He's a younger guy too. He tried to get me on the vegan kick, and I said, "All right, let's talk about veganism. You want to talk about veganism? Check this out.
Yeah.
If you had to face off, because he knew I was an army veteran and stuff too, and I said, if you had to face off with 100 soldiers that were vegans, or 100 soldiers that were carnivores, which side would you choose?"
There ain't no
just
question
think,
in my book.
just think about that. Which army do you want to face off with, vegans or carnivores?
Vegans. They're a bunch of pussies. They got no stamina. They had no strength. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You know, they say that, you know, the people on vegan diets have to take supplements because they'll die if they don't.
I asked him, I said, how do you get the protein that you need? Oh, I get it from soy. I get it from, I get my protein from soy, and I eat beans and things like that. And I'm like, man, you're farting and pooping all the freaking time too, aren't you? You know?
Yeah. Well, Ranger found another. He went and killed something else. I don't even know what it. He ate most of it before it came back, so he was just chewing on bones when he got back. So
That's
he's,
my dog, my friend, because they eat the same shit I do.
you know, he won't even eat French fries. He doesn't like chips either. He doesn't like anything to do with potatoes. He won't eat a French fry, even the curly Q French fries, in the seasoned French fries or the potato chips with the flavorings on them. He won't. He'll bite them up and spit them out. I was there going, damn it! Now I gotta get the vacuum again. I'm giving you no more damn chips. It's like he'll lick the flavoring off the potato chip or something. You know? But he won't eat the potatoes.
Here's a trip. The only dog I've experimented with all my dogs to see which ones would drink beer. And the only dog that drank the beer was the German Shepherd. I don't know how that happened. He's the only one that liked it. All the other ones are like, no.
It's a German thing, I guess, right?
It must be. It must be.
Right.
I'm
I
not
bet.
kidding. My German Shepherd was my only dog that would drink beer.
Well, I
I
don't drink
didn't
beer
want
either, but
more.
anymore.
Huh?
But well, I still keep some around for barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, I just, I'm a firm believer in it. It
Yeah.
tenderizes the meat just right.
Yep. I
So
use it for barbecue. In fact, what's your specific beer you like for barbecues?
whatever's cheapest on the shelf.
Oh,
To be honest with you, that's the way I buy it. Is whatever's cheapest, Platts or Miller or whatever the fuck is the cheapest at the moment. Natural Light or what? Yeah.
I have a barbecue beer specifically for barbecue. If I'm gonna have a barbecue, I go down and get Rainier. Rainier beer is what I use for barbecue. I don't know why. It just got that certain something that barbecue needs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just get the cheapest, whatever's there, the cheapest.
Well, I do that. I will do that. I'm not saying I'm stuck on using Rainier, but if I'm planning out a barbecue and I want everything to be just right, I'll go down and get Rainier just for the barbecue.
Now, I guess if I was going to impress, I'd probably do something like a Michelob Ultra Dark, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
just something.
it's got the real nutty flavor. It's got a heavier taste. You know what I'm saying? Just a nice smooth
That's
flavor.
barbecue on hickory or mesquite. Which one's your favorite?
Actually, I like cherry and walnut.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of peach wood, peach tree wood that I'm drying out right now, and I'm gonna use that and see how that works out.
Now, believe it or not, I when I was young and I first got married and we moved down to Texas and we had our first son in Texas. And yeah, and and I worked in a mesquite charcoal plant. And I got covered just black head to toe every day working in that plant. And and I mean I was blowing black snot rockets. I mean,
Balsa. Do you see what is it? Florida's like balsa wood for me. Hey, Chromanian, welcome in, bro. Guinness Trot. Okay.
so, so I had people tell me all the reasons why mesquite is the number one to use. So I've kind of been stuck on mesquite, but I've used other stuff and I like cherry wood and all that. I just kind of got used to the mesquite taste. I like it.
The hickory, and the walnut. That's well, I used to use cherry wood exclusively, the fruited wood, you know, and then I
Mhm.
we cut down a bunch of apple trees one time, and I started using that. I was like, man, this is actually pretty. It's really good, you know. So I started experimenting with other ones, and now I've got all these peach trees here. I just recently took out and saved a bunch of them, and
Now my daughter, she FaceTimed me from Alaska, and she was actually she got those spouts that I forget what the name of them are, that they stick them into the birch trees, and they get the birch fluid out of it to make
the
syrup and
sap,
all that.
yeah.
Yeah, she said I had a terrible headache, Dad, and she went and drank. She said I decided I was going to drink some of that birch water that was coming out of the birch tree, and she says my headache went away, and she said it went away super fast,
Right.
and 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 I said really? She says yeah, and she later on she found out that it was a cure for headaches. I didn't know that. That birch
Oh,
water is a cure for headaches and body pains.
oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's also where the chaga mushroom grows too.
Off of
Chaga,
where?
the chaga comes off of birch. You take the
I don't know that
chaga
we got a bunch of birch around here.
and
I
you
mean,
crush
most of
it.
it's all black, white, and red oak, hickory, cedar, black walnut, pecans, peaches. Yeah.
Well, I think it likes the chaga itself. I think it likes the birches up closer to the Arctic up there. Because
Okay.
that's where
Yeah.
the chaga up in Canada and Alaska and Siberia and places like that.
Just don't use a weeping willow.
Weeping willow. Yeah, Alex Jones was selling something with chaga ingredients in it. It's super supposed to be a superfood, but
Miriam. Miriam's in the house.
and one chaga tea bag, you can use it over and over again. So you can use it about more than 5 or 6 times. You don't just use the chaga one time because
Uh,
it's a rare thing, but it's got a lot of medicinal value to it.
oh wow. Okay.
Birch trees are amazing. You know what fat wood is?
No.
Uh oh, never mind. Just look it up. Uh,
Never heard of it before.
well, they use fat wood. Fat wood is just like a real dried out kind of an old wood, and
Yeah.
they use that for fire starter kits.
Okay.
And then they also use tons of uses for birch. I mean, birch paper. They use it for making canoes out of. Yeah,
I
they
haven't
make.
seen the news for the last couple days, man.
You've heard about birch bark canoes.
I'm. I don't know.
That was the Native Americans used birch bark canoes to navigate the rivers and creeks and stuff. Boring, huh?
No, no, no. I'm just tired. I've been exhausted.
I'm tired too. I actually got to get up early. I got to get up at 5:30, and it's 11:14 here. So it's I know it's later over there where you're at, but I
Yeah.
figured instead of you just sitting there
Same.
by yourself, I would come up here.
Right. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for showing up. And I just figured I'd bring it up because they were saying that they were all coming over to the game, and I checked it, and Michelle dropped off already. So I was like, oh, I better go start it up. So, but yeah,
Oh, about the earthquakes. Uh, Zach was talking about the earthquakes. So there were two earthquakes up in Idaho near Challis, Idaho, outside of Boise. That same area over there is still acting up, and they were uh, in the three scale. They weren't that bad. And then there was another one down in Malad, which is on the border of Utah Idaho border. The Malad one was kind of an odd one, but there at one time there was a lot of volcanic activity all along the uh, all over in Idaho, and so and it's part of the Yellowstone caldera thing. So you go there and you'll see great big lava flows, ancient, not that ancient of lava flows. People say they're like millions of years old. They don't look like it. They look like they're only probably about 500 years old. I mean, they're just like, yeah.
oh
And
wow,
you could, it'd be an interesting tour to go up there and show you all the all the lava flows and stuff up there around Twin Falls, Idaho.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be kick ass. Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
It's a
Karen.
big, it's a great big beautiful gorge, but you can see where there were lava flows. I mean, it's really obvious if you understand geology at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you want to see something thousands of years old? Look at the Mammoth Cave system. At one time, there was
Yeah,
a massive cave, massive volcano in the center of this country.
yeah.
And
Have you ever inquired about the giant trees before? Giant trees that were so tall. I mean, they were taller than any trees that we currently have on Earth right now. And there's a lot of people talking about it. They're saying like Devil's Tower over in Wyoming. That tree, uh, they're saying that it's oh no, the scientists are saying it's no, it's just basalt, right? What it is, it's basalt, all right, but it's a fossilized giant tree. And go look up pictures of Devil's Tower, and they were apparently these giant trees. There's other places where there's basalt, and you could swear they do look like they were giant trees that were cut down, bigger than anything that's on Earth right now that anyone has ever seen. And they're wondering how in the hell did these things get cut down? Because they look like they were cut down.
well, what I've heard about those is that they were volcanoes,
I know that's
and
what they tried. Yeah,
that those were that those had been washed out, except for that the basalt was harder than the stuff that was uh, the earth that was around it.
yeah. Well, it's an unusual strata that pops up out of the earth, and it definitely looks like a big tree stump. And I cannot understand how strata could push itself up in the form of basalt like that. Then you've got Giant's Causeway in Ireland. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. That looks like it's a whole grove of giant trees that were cut down. And they think we were talking about these giants. There's a lore about it that there's a giant that lives in one of those caves in Ireland. Just saying. You got the Kandahar giant.
Right. I was just laughing at Florida. do do trees get slightly alarmed before they get petrified?
Trees do talk to each other. That's a proven fact. There's a guy who recorded them in a forest. He recorded the trees. He just recorded the forest. Didn't think anything of it. He was just recording it for whatever. He left his recorder running. And over the period of time, probably about 2 days, he just recorded it, a real quiet, remote forest. And he noticed there's all these clicking noises and stuff in the trees. The clicking and cracking noises and everything. So he took this and he took this recording and he sped it up, and he found a basic drum rhythm, that almost all drummers use. And he found this drum rhythm, and it was when he sped it up, because he said it was like this drum rhythm took like days for it. It's at a slower rhythm, but it is a rhythm. There is a rhythm in the forest that's slower. And so I think trees may be communicating somehow with each other. I know that's wild and crazy stuff, but something to talk about when you're on an acid trip or whatever.
Right. It's like from Lord of the Rings. We don't
Yeah.
say much, but when we do, it takes a long time to say it.
Yep.
Yeah, the Schumann resonance stuff. Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Maybe that sounds about right. The Schumann resonant. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the entire Earth has a rhythm also.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
The Earth has a rhythm. Trees have a rhythm. And it's a basic rhythm that you'll hear in a lot of drum patterns. The drummers just naturally just kind of use, and they're saying that they they think that that maybe everything is rhythmic. Well, Florida's talking about the crystals on the center of the Earth again. Oh, good grief!
Uh,
I've seen geodes.
no,
Geodes, they've got them uh, up here in Park City, Utah. Back in the old days, people used to kick them down the street. There were so many of them; they were just everywhere. Kids used to play with them and throw them at cars and crap like that.
what's that?
Geodes,
Oh, yeah, geodes. Yeah.
if you break them open, you'll see the crystals in them. And I've seen uh, amethyst, the purple ones,
Right.
amethyst geodes, and one that we have a lot here is tourmaline, and we have quartz, and we have smoky quartz,
Right.
and we have uh, something called tourmalinated quartz, which it's quartz that has like little tourmaline streaks in it.
Yeah.
And I wore one of those for a while, and it was supposed to help with something I don't remember, liver or something like that. And I wore one of those, and I couldn't wear a full tourmaline because it would make me literally sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'd mess up my digestive system.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, these crystals they have
Yeah,
some
crystals
juju.
are real. They have effects. They emit a frequency. They do.
Hmm.
I have one of those pins, the healing ones. Um, uh, it's an Omega wand. You ever heard of those?
No, I haven't.
Drop probably has, but they're made from a crystal. And they're tuned to healing frequencies.
Yeah.
And some places actually have them installed in their buildings.
Well, there's a way that you can actually deprogram a crystal from any negativity, and it's how
Mhm.
I don't know, you put it in water or something like that, and you can deprogram it or deprogram the negativity that's in the crystal. So the first time I ever picked up a crystal, a friend of mine let me hold one of his crystals, and it felt like an electrical jolt up my arm,
Yeah,
and I
I've
could
felt
feel tingling sensation, and I was like, "This is weird." He said, "I know these crystals are powerful,"
yeah.
and
My first real awakening with that, it was back in the service. There was a guy that had a crystal in a leather pouch he wore around his neck. I was like, "What's that you got around your neck?" He goes, "Oh, it's a crystal." I said, "A crystal? What do you got a crystal around for?" And he started telling me about it, and I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I charge it up when the full moon and stuff like that. I got a little thing I put out in the moonlight, and it focuses the light into the crystal and all that stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's wild. Can I see it?" He brought it out and he handed it to me, and I put it in my hand, and it stung me. In fact,
yeah,
so much so that I dropped it. He goes, "Hey, hey, hey." And I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, but it stung me." And I pick it up, and it's still stinging me. You know what I'm saying? I was discharging this fucking crystal is what I was doing. My body
huh,
was in need of the frequency or something, and but it hurt. It kind of felt like holding a wire, or a
Yeah.
battery with the wrong, you're touching both ends
Yeah.
of it, kind of thing.
Yep.
It really shocked me. It really did.
There's things that you can do also, uh, like to enhance them. Is they'll take like a copper wire and do a coil around it, and you got to do the coil in a certain manner, or a silver wire. You can use silver wire too. It's conductive. But no, there's definitely an energy in crystals. I don't understand it. I'm not sure about it. I don't want to get into any weird Satan paganism stuff or anything like that. But I did
Well, I
carry a
mean, you hear about
crystal.
all the watches and stuff. They used to use the crystals for the watches and stuff, so they kept accurate time.
Well, yeah, and to save the actual thing from getting damaged, keep water out and all that.
No, we're not talking about the face of it. They used the crystal in the mechanism inside for the
Oh,
timing device.
well, they use jewels. They use jewels. It'd
Yeah.
say like a Rolex watch. It'd say it was like 17 jewels or 24 joules or whatever that they
Wow.
used for the movement. They use it for the movements, the pivot points or whatever in them. But these crystals, they are, man. I'll tell you what. I don't know enough about them, but I know that there's different, supposed to be different uses for them, like rose quartz. A
It's
lot
a
of
healing.
women are trying to attract love or something like that will wear rose quartz.
Yeah, but that's a healing point, man. Those are healing points.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
No.
if they're trying to check, maybe to bring them to sanity, that's
Well, it
for.
goes with vibration and frequency. It goes with vibration and frequency. And as in radios, we used to have what they called a crystal set, crystal radios, and they use them. Uh, I'm I don't fully remember all the reasons why they did, but certain crystals they that you use in the old crystal radio sets. So they do have frequencies. Crystals do have frequencies. It's indisputable.
Well, Tesla also made lights that emitted a frequency that healed, and he
Yeah,
put it in a town that was stricken with smallpox or something like that, way back in the early 1900s or something, and it healed the people of the town.
yeah.
Right.
Like
Like, what the hell?
Reuben,
Why don't they have those everywhere? I'm saying.
of course, because there's no money in it to make people well. They make more money off of sick people than they do well people. Of course.
Florida, you weirdo. Shit.
Is he getting weird?
Yeah. He's got rose quartz underwear.
Yeah, yeah, Uncle Bubba. I was kind of into some druid stuff back in the day. I don't do it anymore. I turned my life around to Christ. That's why I say I'm just trying to avoid those kind of things because it's not good, but it can also bring in bad things too.
Yeah. No,
There's one.
I've worked and studied with. In fact, the one that I like the best is this one right here. To be honest with you, I keep this around right here. This helps me with my nerve damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a giant emerald crystal. It's an emerald crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does work pretty well. It helps me with my with the nerve damage. I have to hold it for about 15,
Emerald
20 minutes at a time.
emeralds are very. Some people they have an adverse reaction. To me, emeralds are actually a good thing. They're like I feel real good around emeralds. I feel it, you can tell. But I don't do this stuff, man. I got out of all that astrology and oracles and all that other stuff because it's all part of witchcraft, and a lot of those things people are misunderstanding it.
Well, this isn't witchcraft. This is just a tool. It's just like the gun.
Well, they can be used for either.
Yes, it's just a sign. It's just an effect, a natural occurring effect from the material. Okay, the
Well,
arrangement of the atomic structure of what we have here in my hand, and the forces and the efforts that had it come to be. You know what I'm saying? All that energy is here. You know, just like us. We don't even know how to use our own bodies half the time. Most people don't.
no, we don't. Uh, we don't, and we most
They still
people.
don't know what the fucking appendix is for.
Well, I still have mine.
Yeah. Well, as of August last year, I don't have mine. Mine went bad.
Yeah, a lot of people in my family have had theirs removed, not me. I haven't had my tonsils out either.
No, I've not had anything else removed that I know of. Except the short stint between my nuts and my my servicing factor. And that was done with lasers, so it can be undone. It can be redone, or I should say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If they do it with lasers, it can be reversed.
I think
I don't know
I
why I
think
would want to. There ain't no way I want to have a kid at 54. Shit. Yeah. My birthday's in 9 days.
well, there's some guys that are older that have never had kids that would like to still. You know.
Tanya says she has her tonsils out and it's fake news. Welcome in, Tanya. Holy cow.
Tanya, I watched her video too. I watched
Yeah.
her stream.
You're passing out soon. See, she waited till she got off camera to finish that bottle. That's why. She didn't want everybody to see her drinking like that.
Well, she had some new memes that I hadn't seen before
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
I like that one with Alex Jones is chopping and he chops his fingers off.
Yeah. Yeah. If you noticed in the one with the Bieber thing, he stabs himself in the foot at the end of it. That's why he screams. Ah!
That was hilarious. I think Rod is not only drunk, he might have been actually smoking something too.
I think he was. I think he was sneaking some ganja in the back.
Yeah, my bad.
By the way, fire in the bone, brothers.
Justin Bieber.
Right.
I noticed that too, the Justin Bieber.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna be chasing around anybody with dentures. If I have to get at this age, I'm not gonna play with dentures. No,
Yeah.
I'll go
You
the
don't
big.
want
I'll get them replaced, ceramics or something like that.
you don't want to be like Nancy Pelosi.
I'm Nathan. I know. I see no hope. Yeah.
Did you
No,
see that
I get me
video
a
with
whole
Joe
set
Biden?
made. I get me a whole set made and have them do the whole mouth. I'll just take the hit,
Did you
make
see
the
the video
payments.
with Joe Biden? The one where Joe Biden is just sitting there going, he's doing
Uh,
these weird facial expressions with his tongue all going all places. You
really?
know,
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it actually.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, guys, I gotta hit the hay. So
Yeah, it's
thanks for
definitely
yeah, thanks for coming up, man. Talking with us.
sure.
And all
See here.
everybody in chat, Cro-Minion, Tanya, everybody, thank you for coming. And man, right here for all of you. All right.
Colonel
God bless.
Shaw.
I think he went to work. He had to go to work, he said.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good
When he
night. Good night, Tanya and everybody.
God bless you all. Dream well, Patriots. I can't wait for tomorrow. First news days, find out what happened Saturday. We'll get it all. And dream well, Patriots. We are winning. Talk to you soon.